Did they turn the lights up again? Because
I think so, because there's a huge hotspot over here, and you're really pale.
I think they did.
You look more pale than me, which I really don't think is true.
I think they actually did it. That's okay. You know what? Luke and I have been talking before the show, and the WAN show is crap. Everything about it is crap right now, and we just need to completely reinvent it. We need a computer that doesn't reboot when I accidentally bump it with my knee.
Okay. It hasn't rebooted in a while, and then Linus finally comes back to WAN show, and it's like, bonk, out immediately.
You know what I did, though? So it used to reboot every time you, like, jostled it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then what I did was I took it, and I went like, this.
It gave it a little bit of resilience.
And then while it was off, and I turned it back on, and then it was actually fine until we moved over here.
So it needs another shake up.
So it just needs a little like, cut it out, you piece of garbage.
Computer professionals, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So it needs a little bit of that. And then this wall sucks. Our lights suck.
Yeah.
Our camera sucks.
Yep.
Like, look at that light. It's pink.
Yeah.
It's actually pink.
Yeah.
And then that one's a little green. And then this one is actually a pretty decent light. It's a Hive. It's a pretty nice light.
Yeah.
But it's misconfigured because Ed did it.
And there's like huge. That's why there's a huge hotspot over here.
So Ed just got thrown under the bus super duper hard. And you know what? I don't even care because he deserves it. But yeah, and
we could also use a mic setup that doesn't have like 14 million modules and doesn't even sound that amazing.
Yeah. So that's a whole thing. The problem is that we've tried simple ones.
We have. Well, okay.
We've tried just a simple USB interface. We've tried a USB microphone. We've tried it.
Most podcast people get separate dynamic mics.
Fine.
Instead of a single condenser
Fine.
mic.
I don't care anymore. You know what? I don't care. Just
an issue with that might be that we're so close. Yeah.
No, that is a problem.
Yeah.
We are really close,
Yeah.
which doesn't make matters better. But you know what? You people tuned in for
we could cheat like Good Mythical Morning.
Do they cheat?
That mic isn't the real one
fake.
they use.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So anyway, people are saying the mic keeps making a bumping noise. Hold on, is that better? let me get that adjusted for you. How's that? We good?
We have a great show.
We got a great show for you guys today.
Wonderful topics.
A lot of great topics. The best topics. The greatest topics. Do you wanna do a topic?
New SSD form factor from Samsung is supposed to be 3 times the storage density of. You have to stay tuned. Get owned. That was a little rude.
Wow.
But I'm just gonna go with it. Also, Apple finally acknowledges MacBook
ass.
keyboard issues.
Yeah, Bethesda is suing Warner Brothers.
Oof.
So that's going to be a good one. And it actually looks pretty. That looks pretty cut and dried. And speaking of things that got cut today, because they're bleeding a bit and stuff, YouTube introduces paid subscriptions and merchandise.
Hey.
Floatplane's not going anywhere.
Yep.
But this definitely does alter some things about our deal. Pray I don't alter it further. Let's roll that intro.
Oh, crap. He's Vader in this situation. That's not good.
You're like super white Lando.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of capes, I wear sweaters.
I mean, who would think to put a cape on a seriously legitimate suave guy these days? Like, you would not get away with that anymore. You gotta admire that about the 80s.
You haven't seen the movie yet.
Oh, all right. No, I don't even want oh, crap. Oh, now well...
You can't look at chat anymore.
I won't be able to look at Twitch chat.
I will monitor chat. I will monitor
for the rest of the video.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is my bad.
You ruined it. Yes. I have not seen Solo yet, which means that I can't look at anything anymore because now you guys know.
Yep.
Not that anyone probably even cares. Is it even an impactful enough movie? See, I can talk about Solo as much as I want because I have not even seen a trailer. Yeah. I know nothing other than that it has been an absolute box office flop. And actually, we should talk about this. It's probably not even in the doc, but
I doubt it.
We were chatting about this at lunch the other day.
Yeah. I don't really have a link for you guys. Yeah. You can probably find one where you can just Google about it. But Disney has more or less officially said... Do I need to go down?
No, I need to go up.
Okay. Disney has more or less officially said that they are putting a pause on all a Star Wars story movies like Rogue One and Solo and potentially a Kenobi movie, which is what everyone's really upset about because they're
People are upset there's no Kenobi movie, or they're upset there was going to be a Kenobi movie.
I think
because there was a Kenobi movie. It was called Star Wars Episode 2 and Episode 1 and Episode 3.
I think they're sad that there isn't a Kenobi Solo movie. Yeah.
The
whole like Star Wars
there was a
subreddit.
Kenobi solo movie. It was called Star Wars 4: A New Hope. They're both in it, okay? And it was the good Kenobi, the Alec Guinness Kenobi.
Yeah, that was. Hey, he.
Okay, he did it. Okay, hold on a second. Young Kenobi sucked, but what's his face? Revenge of the Sith, actually not that bad.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Not
Those
that
movies
bad.
were just brutal in general, though.
Revenge of the Sith didn't have...
And like there was a lot of really good actors in there, and it wasn't necessarily their fault.
Revenge of the Sith wasn't the one with the Anakin love story. No, that's Attack of the Clones, right? With
there's the Anakin love story in both of them.
Yeah, but with like that horrible scene where he and
they're tied to the thing,
and Natalie Portman go to like that planet and they do the secret wedding. Is that in the third one or the second one? Because it was just unwatchable.
I don't remember which one.
Didn't someone do a supercut of that movie where they just pulled all the love story stuff out and it worked
called,
just
like,
fine?
The machete cut or something?
Yeah,
there's something. Yeah, there's a version of that for The Last Jedi.
So okay, bearing in mind that I haven't seen Solo, tell me.
Second movie.
Yeah. Because I saw the first Star Wars story, Rogue One or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I only saw it once. It's the only Star Wars movie I've only seen once.
Ooh, even Last Jedi?
Really didn't. I saw another third of Last Jedi on a plane. Does that count as repeat watching?
I don't think so.
It was the person in front of me watching it.
That doesn't count.
Through the slat.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count?
No.
Okay then, yes, I've only seen that one once as well. Okay, so you know what? Just don't worry too much. Okay. I want to know what you think. Justified move from Disney or no? People like talk about tech. You know what? Movies are tech. Star Wars is tech.
You use cameras and stuff.
This camera pointed at us. It's like crappy tech, but it's tech. Everything about this show is tech. Just chill.
So you mean justified move in terms of putting the other ones on pause?
Yeah.
I think they need to put the other ones on pause to reassess their side of things because I think they are doing a bad job.
Okay.
Of handling the Star Wars franchise.
Hit me with some opinion bombs then.
Of the movie?
No. Like, what do you think they're doing a bad job of exactly? Like, I don't think anyone was asking for a story about Han Solo because the interesting part of Han Solo, the character, happens after. What I think people were really clamoring for was the Boba Fett story.
Yeah.
Because that's a character
that's also theoretically one that, like, is paused.
Right. Except that's one that I would have actually like gone to see in the opening week.
This is what I think. Like, I still think they should have paused it. It's the kind of situation where like you hear a game gets delayed. It doesn't happen these days. They just release a beta and everyone buys it anyways. But back in the day, when people actually released full games, you would hear a game gets delayed, and it's kind of bittersweet. It's a good thing because you're like, okay, hopefully it'll be a better launch than it could have been.
Yeah.
But I wanted to play the darn game.
Right.
It's the same kind of situation here. I think if they released it in its proper cadence, it probably wouldn't have been a very good movie.
Got it.
In my opinion. Because I don't think they've been batting very well lately.
Okay.
Personally.
Right, because you hated Force Awakens, didn't you?
I hated one part of it. I didn't hate it.
Okay.
There's one scene that really bugged me, which was where... when they're getting like basically bombed by the TIE fighters when Rey and Finn first meet.
Yeah.
And Finn won't stop grabbing her hand and trying to run away. And I'm like, the only large female influence in Finn's life was Captain freaking Phasma.
Yeah.
Who's like a beast machine. There's no way that he learnt to hold her hand and run away. There's no way that works for him. His only female influence is like a freaking boss.
Right.
And then he gets beat up by another girl. There's all the females in his life
they just kick the crap out of him.
Beating him up. And he's like, I need to take care of you.
Right. Okay.
Oh, no.
But then the second one...
That bugged me. But that was basically it. I liked the rest of the movie. It was all right.
Episode 8, though.
It was a copycat movie, but it was all right.
Episode 8, though.
Episode 8 was hot garbage. Pretty much the whole thing. I actually thought of, at one point in time, making a video that was going to be like an hour and a half long of me just complaining about every single part of the movie. And then I eventually was like, no, because I didn't really like the culture that was around hating the movie at that time. And I didn't want to...
The culture is still bad.
Yeah.
It's very toxic.
I didn't want to put myself in on that because I didn't agree with the general sentiment. I just had my own complaints, and my own complaints didn't seem to be really in line with everyone else's, so I was like, I'm just gonna step away and not become a part of this. But my biggest problem was probably how bad the First Order is and how non-scary the First Order is.
Right.
Because like the Empire is legitimately scary, and when you beat something that is strong and scary, when you defeat it, it's
then you're
very rewarding.
Big winner, and there's excitement. Ewoks dancing and all that.
If you like kick a baby, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, I see.
You just look like an idiot.
Yeah, the First Order just doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really understand, where did this come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from?
First Order Joe?
Yep. All right. Tell you what, we don't... Okay, did you have any sort of more general why you think they're screwing it up thoughts before we move on and talk about actual tech stuff? Is anyone even watching the show today? I don't even know.
Well, we don't have an announcement, so like I don't know how many people are actually here.
Yeah, probably not that many.
Thanks,
that's fine. Thanks, guys, for being here, though. You guys are awesome.
I appreciate it. No, let's just get into the show.
Okay, so first order of business, YouTube is cracking down on...
Oh, we're jumping to there.
Yeah, we're jumping to that. I don't think that's actually in the doc either. Nope, we're just making up all our own news topics today. Sorry, James!
Here. Isn't this it?
Nope. YouTube is cracking down on creators using the platform to announce their availability over on other platforms. So we actually got issued a community guidelines strike earlier this week for a video type that we have actually been uploading for the last...
many years.
4 years or something like that. So we have found that announcing that we're live on Twitch is pretty helpful for our YouTube viewers, for our Twitter followers. Oh, I guess we could have at least done a tweet. Oops.
On Facebook.
And for our Facebook likers. Are they called likers? I don't know.
I think you follow a page.
I'm not sure. I use Facebook so little.
Yeah, I'm not really a Facebook person.
So I'm gonna go ahead and throw my my screen cap on here, I think. Yeah. So we've been doing these videos literally every week for years. And YouTube has never said boo about them. And we know that they haven't been propagating them to all of our subscribers, obviously.
But we had theories for that, like the title and the description are identical every time. That was on purpose even.
Yep, to make it so that people who aren't interested in these and are never going to click on them basically wouldn't even see them.
Yeah.
And then we would generally pull them down once the archive was up on YouTube anyway. But what happened was someone last week forgot to pull down the We're Live video.
I know why it happened, but it still happened.
And it was left up. And so someone at YouTube confirmed by manual review, apparently, that this video was inappropriate content. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up. Troubleshoot video removal, community guidelines, etc., etc., etc. So you can appeal the strike, but there's no guarantee whatsoever that they'll do that. And so we, a channel that... Yes, we created a video that was designed to drive users off platform, which I can see why YouTube wouldn't be stoked on. We are no longer allowed to live stream. So it's sending a bit of a mixed message. So we uploaded a video saying, hey, we're live streaming. You can go check us out over here. And then YouTube went, how dare you live stream somewhere else? By the way, here's a community guideline strike. You can no longer live stream to YouTube.
Which is the best way to make someone not stream on your platform. What a weird response.
Obviously, this is like a standard response to any community guideline strike. Like, no one was sitting in an office getting paid an actual salary to make the decision that because we announced we were streaming somewhere else, we should probably not be allowed to stream.
You'd think if they had a community guideline strike that was specifically based around announcing that you are live somewhere else, that you shouldn't take away the ability.
So it's not. It's generally considered spam.
Oh, so they bundle it under that.
So they're calling it spam.
Okay.
And if you're a spammer, I can see how they wouldn't necessarily want you to be live streaming on the platform.
Yes, yeah. Because live streaming goes on the top of the channel and is very broadcasted by them.
The interesting thing to me about this, though, is just the fact that YouTube is... I haven't signed anything, so I guess I could talk about it. They are actively seeking non-disparagement agreements from YouTubers. I do know this. I can't really give any details of the rest of it, but I do know that there are people who have been approached with some kind of an offer that includes that. We can see that they are cracking down on people using YouTube as a social media platform in order to grow their base across other platforms, which previously was against their terms and conditions, but was generally ignored and generally allowed to continue. And they're also building new features that are designed to prevent people from using off-platform services like Patreon, for example, by making YouTube more of a one-stop shop. Now, there are really good things about this. It's good that YouTube is finally seemingly taking seriously creators' demands for better ways to monetize on the platform, because over the last year, there's been a lot of negative news around the way that YouTube has handled monetization, especially with edgier, let's use that word, edgier creators. Yeah. But the bad news is that if every platform behaved like this, every social platform has the potential to become kind of like a jealous walled garden. And it's yet another move towards abstracting the relationship between the viewer and the creator and putting themselves squarely in the middle so that you can never really bridge that gap. That's something that services like Patreon, and of course, guys, take everything I'm saying for what it is. As the CEO and COO of Floatplane Media, okay, a company that is designed around off YouTube monetization. Take it for what it is, as conflict of interesty as it is.
Extremely much so.
It is a scary thing for content creators. And this isn't a new message from me or us in general.
We said this far before we
6 years ago. We launched the Linus Tech Tips Forum, actually 5.5, I guess. 5.5 years ago. And the reason was that we saw YouTube's continual march in this direction of separating the viewer and the creator and putting themselves in the middle so that both of them were reliant on the platform in order to have any kind of a relationship. And we created the LTT forum so that worst case scenario, if something went horribly wrong, we could email at least a fraction of you and be like, hey, here's where to contact us, or DM you through the forum, or whatever the case may be. I actually have no idea if we'd even be allowed to do that anymore with all the new privacy stuff. But
emailing everybody, probably no, because that would be a marketing email, but we could PM everyone, I guess.
Cool.
Because that's our own inbox?
Yeah, I would think so.
Not an email?
Anyway, I mean, we haven't gotten to that bridge, so we don't have to cross it right now.
I'd look down it because I don't want the EU to be really mad with us. But
So, we'll just forget about that for now. But the point is, we wanted to diversify ourselves and not be entirely reliant on one basket to store all of our eggs. And there's still some validity to that strategy.
And there's other ways we've done that as well.
Yeah.
Like this being on Twitch.
But with all of that said, I mean, I guess this is a good opportunity for us to segue into YouTube introducing paid subscriptions and merchandise. So the original article here, this was posted by Bobby Flo on the forum. Hey, this might be a... No, actually, no, I don't think this is a new record. 15 minutes in and getting to our first tech topic, I think we've done worse than that.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, so the original article is from the YouTube blog here, posted by whoever I just said on the forum. I can't remember, and I can't see the
and it's arguably a tech topic.
No, anything Google is tech.
See, okay, we had this conversation, I think, last show, where it was an Amazon topic that had to do with, like, people scamming returns.
That's tech.
How?
Amazon's a tech company. They're
a store that's online.
Do they have servers?
So is
for their
every company a tech company? I mean, like random law office down the street that has a server.
If you ask Ford, they're a tech company.
Oh goodness.
They are.
No, I would actually say yeah, they are.
They're reinventing themselves to be a tech company. I have that from I think he was the CEO. I don't remember.
I would say Ford's a tech company.
I did that sponsored thing with them a little while ago with that famous guy. Famous host guy. Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I would say I met him, but I really didn't, because he was in on the private jet in that room for like 30 minutes. And then before we even realized he was gone, he was actually in a private car back to the airport before anyone actually, like the rest of the influencers, actually realized he was gone, to go back to the airfield to get back on the private jet. And I actually heard a rumor about how much that cost, but I don't know if I would be like compromising anyone. I will say it wasn't 7 figures, but it was
okay, that's like all, yeah.
It was like halfway there, apparently.
Holy crap. Oh, jeez.
Wouldn't it be great to be famous?
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat.
I'm not talking like this like crap tier, like YouTube internet famous.
Yeah,
I'm not, no.
You want to be TV famous.
I'm talking like household name famous. That would be nuts.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've had enough bad experiences with like people literally waking me up while I'm sleeping in the airport to take a selfie with me.
No. That's a different level. He's on a private jet.
No, I know. But like I've had enough bad experiences with people like doing that kind of stuff to me that I can understand why, if you were an order of magnitude or more famous than me,
those things,
you would actually not be able to walk through an airport.
Yeah.
Like if you're Barack Obama, how do you walk through an American airport?
Have you ever had the moment where you wanted to go up and greet someone and then you get like the huge wave of like conflict when you're like, what? I've been in this situation. Would I want to be approached right now? Have you ever been in that situation? Because I have one very strong example, but I want to hear you.
I stood in an elevator with Wayne Gretzky once.
What? Oh, that would be hard. Okay.
And I just nodded. I figured if I say anything,
it's kind of a cool moment in itself.
Better
though.
not to.
Because you're
by
like,
that point, he was more of a Ford spokesman than a hockey player. So like,
still,
but he still the great one.
Freaking Wayne
like,
Gretzky.
We're Canadians, so like
that's a big deal.
Yeah,
even if you don't watch hockey really up here, that's still a big deal.
It's like running into Michael Jordan in an elevator. Except I don't know if he would fit in an elevator, but Wayne Gretzky's not that tall.
He has to go up like the freight elevator. Or just like sit down.
Terrible. Sit down in the elevator. I mean, can you even cross your legs though? A lot of, especially like a European elevator, no way.
Pretty narrow.
No way.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I saw it was at PAX West. I saw Markiplier, and I know he like knows of us and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, that's exciting. I want to like go say hi for the first time in person. It was like 8 a.m. at a Starbucks, and he was standing there waiting for his coffee. I took one step and was like, no, I'm good. Yeah. I'm just not gonna. He hasn't had his coffee yet. He's standing there with some lady. They're both being very quiet. I don't think because they're awkward. I think because they're freaking tired.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm just gonna.
It's all about timing. Because like I actually like taking pictures with people.
Me too.
And stuff. Like if someone walks up and they're like, "Hey, can I get a selfie?" I'm like, that's cool because it's like a taste of being a
little bit of an ego boost.
Famous. Yeah, exactly. Someone like I still remember the first time someone asked me to autograph something.
Yeah.
Just using that word, I was like, well, I can't autograph anything, but I'll sign it for you.
Yeah.
Because like, you got to be kidding me. But it's all about like appropriate timing. So I was flyering my neighborhood. Putting lost cat posters on people's doors last weekend. And I had someone like come up to me, well, not come up to me, but like call to me from across the street and like ask me to take a selfie with them. And I'm like, you know, I've got like this bundle of flyers with me, and I'm like, I've got like a roll of tape around my wrist so that I can, I'm on like an electric skateboard, so I can quickly go from door to door. Like I'm all about how many houses per hour can I do right now. And I'm like literally standing there with like a lost cat poster in my hand. I'm like, now is really not a good time. I'm trying to find my cat. Maybe another time. And it's just like,
yeah. I have very rarely had those situations, but yeah, it does. It can suck.
We haven't found him, by the way. We did get one lead from a really helpful neighbor who texted my wife, but and actually, like it would have been a, you know, Cinderella story ending, because, well, not Cinderella, but fairy tale ending. That's what I was going for. Because I went and started snooping around her yard at night, which was okay because she was cool with it. Like she told us there's been a cat hanging around. And I found the cat that's been hanging around in your yard.
Oh, it's just...
And he's kind of striped and spotted, but he's not my cat.
Right.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. When I heard the initial story, I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't ask if you found him or not because I was like, I don't really want to bring it up.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Sorry to hear that.
We're kind of starting to give up hope. He's been gone for a week. I mean, Rocket was gone for 6 weeks, but I think that's an exception, not the
Rocket
rule.
was kind of a...
And Rocket was somewhat more competent than Rumble. Like, Rumble was the one that we used to really worry about getting out because he's such an idiot.
Yeah.
Anyway, YouTube paid subscriptions and merchandise.
Yeah.
So with channel memberships, viewers will pay a monthly recurring fee of $4.99 to get unique badges, new emoji, and members-only posts in the community tab, along with access to custom perks offered by creators such as exclusive live streams, extra videos, or shoutouts. Channel membership has already been available for a select group of creators on YouTube as sponsorships, and it will soon be expanding to eligible channels with more than 100,000 subscribers under the new name Channel Memberships. So they hope to bring it to even more creators in the coming months, and they are also adding merch stores directly to YouTube. So they have partnered up with Teespring.
Yeah. So merch store partnerships.
Yeah. So creators can choose from over 20 merchandise items to customize and sell via a shelf on their channel. So that's available to all eligible US-based channels with over 10,000 subscribers, and they will be expanding it in the future. So, thoughts from my standpoint. I mean, this was a matter of time. You know, if I'm Google or if I'm anyone, like say, for example, me and you, and I'm looking at the Twitch model where people are, for some reason, willing to pay $5 a month, knowing that only half of it goes to the creator, then surely there's a way to create a better deal around that. And YouTube has apparently figured it out because, and this was like an update that I read on a site somewhere. I don't think this was off the official YouTube blog, but apparently they will be offering a 70-30 revenue split.
To be fair, on Twitch,
to
real
creators.
Quick, there's probably a lot more bandwidth going through per subscription.
That's true.
Like a lot more.
Yep.
A subscriber on Twitch is probably watching for many, many, many hours, potentially many hours a day if they watch like at work and stuff, compared to a video a day.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
It's a little bit easier for YouTube to do this split. That being said, Twitch does super okay. So there's also that.
Also, not in the doc somehow, but we should really talk about this, is Instagram's IGTV. Have you looked into this at all? Like, are you already familiar with it?
Yeah. It's weird. I don't really fully get it, but it might be like maybe I'm just old now or something. But yeah, Instagram announces IGTV standalone app for longer videos. By longer, I don't think they mean like 5 minutes. It's like an hour, right?
Up to an hour.
Up to an hour long videos. And they're all vertical. That's another kind of interesting part, is they're designed to be vertical videos. Up to an hour long vertical videos. That whole like meme of like slapping someone in the face and then knocking their phone sideways is no longer going to be applicable, because you can make hour freaking long Instagram TV videos.
It will still be applicable.
Yeah, I don't like the verticalness.
If you're settling in to watch for an hour, the shape of your field of view is like this.
Yeah, why?
Field of view like this.
Why vertical?
Not like this.
I think the hour thing, to be completely honest, is them just being like, there's no real cap anymore. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. In effect, like with the kind of videos that people record on their selfie cams pointing at themselves, I think an hour is about as long as you'd really want to be holding your arm up. Like,
my potentially out of the loop brain is thinking that this is just going to create a lot more kind of behind the scenes content on Instagram, and is going to open a few holes for those types of content. I can't see this being mainline content. I know they've got some interesting partnerships. You mentioned one. I don't remember her name.
I can't remember. It was like
Kardashian or something.
Something like that.
One of the
they're all completely interchangeable to me. It's like in the news. some kind of marriage good, some kind of marriage trouble or relationship. Okay, so I won't say marriage. Let's generalize it.
Good call.
Or like maybe pregnant or maybe not pregnant, or I don't know.
Or even more controversial, no longer pregnant.
Yeah. Or or that.
Making news now. But one of them, I think, has some deal for something. I don't know, but it has to do with Instagram TV. Maybe they will do even more selfie videos that are slightly longer.
Right now, I don't think there's a monetization strategy, but I think unlike Facebook, which to my knowledge, outside of certain partnerships,
very few
still
partnerships,
doesn't do an ad share with creators. I think they're open to the idea, but I don't know. I read the article like a couple days ago, and I don't actually have any notes on it. I do want to hear from you guys, though. Are you coming around to vertical video?
I'm gonna vote on this.
You're gonna vote on this. All right. No.
That's how passionate I am.
For now, no, never. All right. So
this has nothing to do with me being all float plane. I hate vertical video.
All right. No. Yes. Twitch chat. I can't look at you because you're bad people who will probably spoil solo for me. Well, you're not bad people. You're just good people who do bad things.
Yeah, trolls.
Yeah, trolls. So there you go, guys. I really need to see your votes on this one. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to vote on this too. I'm a no, never.
That's what I did. Wow. Okay. This is pretty clear. This could be an audience thing. It could be that our audience is specifically no nevers, or no not for nows, because there's really not that many other.
Look at them votes coming in. Look at them numbers moving on this one, and look at them numbers not moving so much on this one.
The pie chart is pretty sweet too.
Yeah.
Red and green is like the whole thing, basically. This could be a target audience thing. There's a huge community of people, especially very young people, that are just like Instagram, Twitter, and other apps. They're not on Facebook. They're not on YouTube as much.
Yep.
They're much more on Instagram and Twitter, and they might be much more down for the vertical video.
So my wife not only is a consumer of vertical video, mostly on Facebook, she also even watches horizontal video with her phone vertical just because she finds that more comfortable to hold her phone that way.
No.
I know. It makes me so sad.
More comfortable.
And like she's like this all the time. You know what? I'm about to
just
go
turn
off,
your hand
go
this
off on
way.
this for a little bit here. So
solved.
she'll do this kind of stuff where she'll take a picture of the kids or something, and she's good about turning her phone when she takes a picture. So that's good, at least. But then she'll take the picture, and she's always got her orientation locked. She'll hand me her phone to look at it, and I'm like, I can't even. You're using literally a third of your screen. Why do you even bother having a smartphone? Why don't you go back in time and get a flip phone if all you want is a third of the screen? Then you could have hardware buttons. Then you wouldn't have to deal with all this extra screen that you apparently can't handle.
Twitch chat divorce time.
Like even Netflix, man.
What?
Yes. She will watch movies like that.
Oh, that's pretty. Because I was giving a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Like if it's like a 2-minute video, maybe you just don't even want to bother change the setting.
No, she's basically evil. She'll
Wow.
also watch. Oh, this drives me nuts, especially because we have an OLED TV.
Ooh.
She will watch Netflix content on the TV in a window.
What?
With the start menu burning in a like $6,000 TV, because I totally took home the W7.
Of course. Wow.
Bright white Windows logo, bottom frickin' left. And I'm like...
Wait, it's already burnt in?
It's okay. It's okay. I've done like the restore thing a couple times, and it's fine. I don't notice it. But, like,
Nick in Twitch chat, yikes.
but like... That is a sin.
That's really bad.
And like to me, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll walk in. I'll be like, yo, the video's not full screen." She'll be like, "Oh, I didn't notice."
What? How does that even happen?
How can you not? How can that not be the immediate? I would notice that before I noticed that I walked in and my kids were watching pornography. I would notice that it is not.
Hey, it's not full screen. Also, what are those?
Yeah. Clearly fake, by the way. Kids, don't let this affect your body image. Clearly, that's aftermarket.
Gotta go to the parts store for those.
Oh, all right. Speaking of aftermarket, here's some aftermarket glasses for your face.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, man.
Aftermarket eyes.
Here's some glasses that I'm putting on, and here's some talking points that I need to bring up. And I gotta just chill myself the math out here right now for a little bit. Do some sponsor spots because I can't even handle this right now. So, oh man. Staring at a monitor all day, basically
with full
bad.
Screen enabled.
Yeah, with full screen monitor. Shut up. Had enough out of you. Blue light, not so good. Spektrum glasses are an affordable long-term solution to staring at a computer screen. Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
How fix?
Yep.
Yay!
Hey.
Spektrum glasses are a long-term solution to filtering out that blue light. Using a software solution like Flux or Twilight doesn't give you the same kind of filtering that the glasses do. They've got tons of different styles, some of which look really good. They've even got one for kids. They're high quality. They've got a 1-year warranty. They're durable. They've got low color distortion, so you don't just look at something white and it's like straight up yellow. Are you fixing the lower third? We already fixed it. Thanks, Nick. Luke caught it.
Hey.
And they're highest rated among their competitors on Amazon. They're primarily focused on Canadian and US customers, but they are expanding to Europe and offer shipping internationally. They're also, apparently they're now available at Memory Express for Canadian customers. And for the month of June, they'll be offering 20% off Spektrum glasses. So go to spektrumglasses.com/collection/products. We really need a better URL for that, but that's okay because we'll have it linked in the video description for those of you watching on YouTube. Now, Freshbooks. Nothing chills me out more than like a good old, sponsor spot.
Standard, you've done it before, Freshbooks.
That's right. Freshbooks is the super simple to use invoicing tool that is more than just an invoicing tool. It's amazing that they have easy to use invoicing tool in their talking points when that is like actually just a small fraction of what it does. And the next line of their talking points is that, but wait, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've got great customer support. If you have any questions, you can reach out to their staff where you'll speak to a real human with no phone tree, no escalations, no return calls, no nothing, which is not to say that if you call them, they won't return your call. It just means that you don't have to just wait on hold until they offer you a return call. Whatever, you guys understand what I mean. It helps you keep track of your time with their timesheet function. It helps you manage your expenses and keep track of who owes you what, and even has a feature that tells you when your clients look at your invoices for the first time so that you never have to play that, oh, did you really send an invoice? I didn't get it game again. Oh, I'll pay you now. Haha. No, you got it a week ago. Get on it. So go to freshbooks.com/WAN if you're a freelancer or small business owner and you need a solution to help save you time so you can spend it with, I don't know, your children or playing video games or making more money. Whatever you do with it is up to you. Bringing us to our third sponsor for the show, Madrinas. Aha, that's what happened there. These guys. Madrinas coffee is coffee for fuel. Big cans of cold brewed coffee with a flavor for everyone, from sweet and creamy flavors like mocha or caramel to bold and roasty flavors like their cold brew black. Madrinas coffees are specialty grade blends of cold brewed coffee given to you in convenient, ready to drink 16-ounce cans. And they have now reduced the international shipping rates for a number of countries by up to 70%. Head over to madrinascoffee.com/Linus, and these guys are crazy. These guys do the most, because they do sponsor spots with us like every couple weeks,
and they do of stuff
out. So go there now, use code Linus to get 60% off.
Yeah. See, I didn't even know.
60% off, and the first 50 orders will get a bonus coffee, a bag of coffee.
Also that. See, I said they give a ton of stuff out.
An additional 6-pack of cans.
Yeah.
We got to tell these guys, we got to increase these guys' rates so they can't afford to give away so much coffee. No, in all seriousness, though, we love giving you guys offers like this where it's just a total no-brainer. Go order some Madrinas. Check it out at the link in the video description.
Yep.
Oh
boy.
Crap,
geez. Oh, hey, we're back.
I am clearly not on my A game today.
Someone's asking, when is Scrapyard Wars coming?
It's coming when it's done.
Okay.
It is being edited. The first episode is rough cut.
Okay.
Ed is working on at least the second episode by now. I believe it's going to be 4 episodes.
Oh.
Was it 4 days or 3 days?
It was 4 days, but it was like 2 of them were half days.
Depending on what was going on your side, it might be fine. Because there was a lot going down.
I saw something
Oh, did you now?
I won't say what it
yeah,
was.
we don't want to spoil it for you guys. But the no internet challenge is going to be real, and it's going to be pretty intense.
I saw something that I very almost did.
Oh.
Like very close, but didn't. So it'll be cool.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, new SSDs from Samsung in a new form factor. So Samsung just launched the oh crap. I need to go fix something in today's Tech Linked episode. So go ahead with that topic.
Okay. I have no idea what that means because I don't know what today's Tech Linked episode was. I'm not sure what he read. But it says in the notes here, actually, let me get this posted into Twitch chat. I'm not really going to be able to get this on screen super easily. I wonder what that even means. Oh, geez. Oh, no, I can do this. Trust me. Anyone play Titanfall 2? That was an amazing single player. Huh. It doesn't work. Okay, he's got it set to Luke's screen, which makes no sense because it's very specifically his screen. Okay, Samsung launches 8 terabyte NVMe solid-state drive in NF1 form factor. The 8 terabyte is amazing, but the NF1 form factor is actually the more interesting part, in my opinion. Samsung has launched the largest capacity NVMe solid-state drive to date at 8 terabytes. Cool. The NF1 SSD will target data-focused analytics and virtualization requirements within data centers. This is not targeted towards consumers. It's an 8 terabyte freaking crazy SSD. This isn't this. I know you'd like it, but it's not really for you yet. It probably will be one day. The otherwise known as next generation small form factor, which makes me want to cry because calling things next generation is not a good idea because eventually it's last generation. NF1 is a minuscule form factor featuring a form factor measuring in at 11 centimeters by 3.05 centimeters, 3 times the storage density of M.2. It runs on 16 pieces of 512 gigabyte NAND. And do you know what's happening?
I don't know. He ran away.
You have no idea?
Needed a co-host.
That would be great. Welcome to WAN Show.
Welcome to the most professional show there is.
Yeah, pretty much.
On television.
We're talking about... At first, when he had his first gasp, I was like, oh, is this like NDA stuff?
I'm assuming it's probably just like we said something and then news came out later and that thing is no longer the
What
case.
I'm assuming it is the first line of this, which is probably all he got into, says Samsung has launched the largest capacity NVMe solid-state drive to date at 8 terabytes. So we probably said the largest capacity solid-state drive is bleh, and now it's been defeated.
Probably.
Wrecked.
Probably something like that.
Each one of these things has 16 layers of 256 gigabit VNAND with 3 bits per second cells. Samsung is planning to launch another version later this year with 512 gigabit VNAND cells. Ooh, dang. This allows for 576 terabytes of storage to be put into 2U rack servers.
576 terabits.
In 2U.
Terabytes. In 2U. So that's like that, right?
About
ish,
there.
something like that.
That's like a 1. That's probably like
That's
a 2.
like a 2.
4s are like...
So like a storinator. That's a 2U, right? Or is that a 3U?
I thought those were 4.
Whatever. Okay.
I haven't handled them nearly as much as Linus has, so I'm
Did
not sure.
something just come up that asked me if I was a child? On his screen? I think it said, "Are you a child? Yes or no?"
45 drive storinator. Let me see here. I'm actually quite interested because people are fairly familiar with that size.
Yeah. That's like a very standard server size.
It is.
So
I just don't remember which version of it is. Build and price storage server.
I think the XL60 is what we have.
XL60.
I think.
Base. Are you going to tell me? For you. Yeah.
For you. Okay. So like half the size of a storinator.
Yeah.
That's pretty dank.
Yeah. For like that much storage and it's all SSD, you'll probably pay for like this building a couple times.
Yeah.
In what I'm assuming the cost of this thing will be.
Yes.
But yeah, cool. Dang. It runs on NVMe 1. It runs on the NVMe 1.3 protocol and has support for PCI 4.0. Dang. That's pretty crazy.
Is that even like standard yet?
No. As far as I know, no.
That's pretty sick.
Can apparently withstand 1.3 drive writes per day.
What?
equating more than 10 terabytes of writes daily for the 3-year warranty period. Holy
10
cow.
terabytes daily?
Yeah, this is like super not a consumer product.
Holy crap.
It's not for you. I know at least one person, I don't know if he's watching right now, but Looney from the forum is like, gimme. It's not for you, Looney. Okay?
It's for like the Zuck.
Yeah. You want to talk about this one? Bethesda suing Warner Bros?
Yeah, I saw the title. I didn't really look into it too much.
Okay. Neither have I, so we're in a great boat right now.
Bethesda sues Warner Bros. Bethesda Software is suing Warner Bros. And Fallout Shelter co-developer Behavior Interactive over the recent released Westworld mobile game, alleging it's a blatant ripoff. Oh, so it's developed by the same co-dev?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, this is a
That's
big deal.
awkward.
Yeah, this is a really big deal.
Bethesda sued for copyright infringement, breach of contract, and misappropriating trade secrets. Yeah, so like that's a very big deal. Obviously, I don't know what a contract with Bethesda looks like because that's not our business. But
especially that type of contract.
If you're looking at what I would assume to be, probably 8 figures to 9 figures total,
to
make like a game like this.
The thing is, there's also recurring
maintenance
contracts and there's recurring development
like
contracts. Like
overall total development contract or something like this.
Maybe
I'm overestimating it. It's at least a 7-figure thing.
I have no idea, but it's a massive amount of money.
So if you're looking at that, there's going to be some pretty significant confidentiality agreements in there. There's going to be some non-compete stuff in there. So essentially what they've done is they've created the same game or a very similar game, I guess, for a direct competitor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would assume Bethesda's not going to be very, very pleased with that. Bethesda alleges that Westworld, released this week for Android and iOS, has the same or highly similar game design, art style, animations, features, and other gameplay.
Oh boy, it really does. You can't show my screen, unfortunately.
Okay.
But if you just Google Westworld mobile game and go to images, oh man, they really didn't. It looks like a reskin. Oh my goodness.
It looks like a reskin.
Seriously though.
Which screen am I going to? Oh, he's back.
Like, check out this one.
Yeah, but no, on here. Luke's screen, Lina's screen.
Oh, Luke's screen.
Yeah, it's confusing. Ow!
Oof.
I didn't. Oh, good, it didn't hit the computer. It did the thing where it freezes when I touch it again.
Wow, I haven't even, played the Fallout Shelter game, but that, definitely looks like it.
It's really similar.
So yeah, I didn't realize it was the same co-dev. Did the Westworld one.
Yeah, no,
That's
saw
like
that.
real
man.
bad. Real bad.
Yeah. No,
man.
I was saying when we introed the show, I was like, this is gonna be bad.
I mean, not even okay. My biggest thing is this character looks really similar to the Fallout ones. Style. Like the art style is almost the freaking same. It's not like they're like, oh, it's a multi-tier underground thing with some rooms and you gotta maintain it. Like that's like, okay, it's another battle royale game, whatever.
Right.
This is like,
Have you even talked about the part where there's a bug that's present in both games?
Oh no!
What? No, we haven't gotten there.
No, it gets so much worse.
Okay, go back to
Bethesda says the game uses the same copyrighted computer code created for Fallout Shelter in Westworld, alleging that a bug evident in an earlier version of Fallout Shelter, which was later fixed, also now appears in Westworld.
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that Bethesda probably has a case here.
Oh my goodness.
I'm no expert, but
yeah,
Behavior is like the studio that was working on it. That's a shortened version. So Behavior breached its contract with Bethesda and utilized its restricted access to Bethesda's intellectual property, including Bethesda's copyrighted code, trade secrets, and other rights to make a new game on the cheap. Which, I mean, from the outside, it kind of sounds like it.
Looks like they might have something going on there.
Pretty brutal. That's gnarly. When I first clicked on this, I was kind of suspecting, like, oh, it's another battle royale thing where people are trying to copyright a concept. Like, the art's almost identical. It's just
it looks pretty damning.
Lightly, it looks like you bought a Westworld costume for the Fallout game and like a Westworld room skin for the Fallout game.
Who would think that that's gonna fly?
I just.
Like, I just don't even like. You're a professional game developer by some, apparently not, but
not very
someone who works there thinks they're a professional game developer, and it hasn't occurred to them that IP law is like a big problem.
Yeah.
And the kind of thing that a company like Bethesda would spend a lot of money to protect.
Yeah, and like I've brought up PUBG or Battle Royale a few times in this,
Yeah.
and PUBG has sued a lot of people that has actually made a ton of sense, where it's like almost the exact same game. And there is some interesting points with their Fortnite thing, which is
Right.
like the plane comes in on PUBG and the bus comes, it's a freaking plane, comes
flying
in on
bus,
Fortnite.
yeah.
Like it's almost the same in that way.
Yeah.
But then Fortnite has the benefit of having like the building features and like all these other weird things that really set it apart. That helps them a lot in their case.
Right.
I don't think there's much in this one.
Yeah.
Oh geez. And like the art in Fortnite looks drastically different than the art in PUBG, and that helps them a lot too.
Okay, last big topic here. Intel's CEO has resigned after a consensual relationship with an employee
I love how
of
because
the
it's
company.
2018, we like really need to.
Well, yeah, that's important. So he's like definitely broken company policy.
Yeah.
But he's not like getting wrapped up in the whole #MeToo thing.
Yeah.
So basically, Intel has announced that he has resigned as CEO.
It makes it a little sketchy that we have consensual relationship in quotes.
Oh, well, okay.
It's like actually a consensual relationship. Everything's okay.
So anyway, he's resigned as CEO following an investigation into a consensual relationship with an Intel employee, which is another way of saying he was fired. He also left the board even. So he's like out of the company.
Yeah.
Chief Financial Officer Robert Swan will step in as interim CEO. Like another indication that you were fired is that there has to be an interim CEO because
I didn't have something lined up.
there's nothing lined up.
Yeah.
And basically, he violated a policy that said that managers cannot have relationships with people who report to them either directly or indirectly. And when you're the CEO, that means everyone.
Yeah.
I would think. I'm actually making an assumption there.
Which is officially why we can't be in a relationship.
The relationship ended and took place some time back, whatever that means, and was probably an affair. Krasanich's total compensation topped $21 million last year.
So he's
And the company paid for his transportation and residential security. His Intel stock rose about 120% during his tenure as CEO. $21 million a year.
That's a lot. That's a lot
I
of
think
money.
that works out to, hold on a second. So, calculator. So 21, 123, divided by how many? Oh, you know what? I know the hourly calculation. That is $10,000 an hour if you worked 40 hours a week.
Oh my god.
Is that right? Can that be right?
That's pretty insane.
Wow. Wow, Brian. I think you'll be okay. Even though he's probably not getting his golden parachute. He sold all of his stock in that, or not all, like half of his stock in that high-profile thing around the Meltdown Inspector bugs.
Yeah, but if he has to sell what I'm assuming is one of his many homes or cars, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll figure it
Like
out.
he made enough money that I'm sure he has enough assets that it really won't matter.
I don't know, man.
He's not going to have to go be a greeter or anything.
I really...
No offense to greeters. I'm just saying.
I really don't. I don't understand how any person can be that valuable, because
$10,000 an hour.
you know, like we talk about how
Well, do you know what Elon does? Have you heard about the CEO salary thing? Not to toot his horn anymore, but I'm
guy's got enough of an ego at this point.
Yeah. And I'm not going to bother to look it up, but it was like comparing the difference between the like lowest paid employee and the CEO at different companies.
Yeah.
Like what the percentage of whatever. His was 0.9. The reason for that is because he gets like crazy stock options and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah, so this was total compensation, not
Yeah.
salary. His salary was quite a bit lower.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I have trouble with that. You know,
$10,000 an hour.
yeah, because if you think, think about it in terms of like slavery. We all agree it's wrong. I hope we all agree it's wrong. We all agree it's wrong. With those kinds of resources, could a person effectively own another person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the rest of their life?
Yeah.
Does that give you enough power to do something like that?
Well, you could own 3 people at 8-hour shifts, very, 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 very easily.
So I don't know. I just
literally 3 people at 8-hour shifts. You could pay them with like the last 2 digits before the dot.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Apparently, Broadcom CEO made $100 million last year.
Nice.
What would you even do with $100 million?
One of my favorite things is when a company is just tanking and a CEO gets like
the Toys R Us thing was a disgusting mess.
I'm not familiar.
They basically raided the company and then walked off with golden parachutes, and people who'd been working there 20 years as a cashier or shelf stalker or whatever got nothing. It was gross.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, on that happy note,
hey,
that's it for the WAN show for today, and we'll see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Now I'm running it intentionally.
But no.
Oh, right. Freshbooks. Spektrum glasses. Madrinas coffee. Probably already missed out on the first 50 orders there, but I don't know. Give it a shot.